Okay, so the next thing I'm going to try and tackle is this here fender. Well, the top of the fender by the windshield there. Obviously going to need my knife, my squeegee. I'm going to try and squeegee this up to that point here. You can kind of see I'm already, basically I'm there already. So I'm going to go ahead and just try and find the edge with my finger. And make sure I get it kind of close to the edge, I guess. And then what I'm going to do is going ahead and heat. Well, first I'm going to do is cut some of this excess away. I don't think I'll be needing all of this, so I'm going to go ahead and try and cut some of this back. Be careful, I should have put tape back there where I'm going to cut at, but I think it'll be okay to do something like that. So now what I'm going to do, since I got all the bubbles out and whatnot, I'm also going to go ahead and cut back some of this back here as well, because I won't need majority of this back here. In order to wrap the rest of this corner. And what I'm going to do now is come in with the heat. Like I said, my heat gun's on high, and I'm trying like get it to kind of like, you'll see it'll kind of shrink around where it's supposed to go. This is where I'm going to get my wrap stick and heat this again, try and get this tucked around the edge. It kind of sucks because this edge is so tight around the corner here. It's very close to the A-pillar. I'm trying my best to kind of like get it to stretch down and behind where it needs to be at. I'm actually going to use a stiff, the stiff squeegee, probably work better. You see what's happening here is it's actually sticking to the A-pillar, and I don't want it sticking back there. I want it actually to stick up under, behind. I need it to stick down and behind this here seam. Probably not the best way to do this, but it'll be okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess. If I get the little wrap stick, I might be able to get more of it down in here. Kind of like so. And there, that should work great. I'm going to heat up this edge over here and try and see if I can get this to tuck down a little more. There we go. Now we can focus on doing the rest of the top of the fender, and we should be pretty much done with this fender. See, we got most of the wrinkles out, and just kind of you know, continue your way down. Go ahead and cut off some of this excess. I do stress that make sure you have a sharp knife at all times. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and heat this up some more and then just kind of form it around the inside of the fender. Alright, so that's all on now. So pretty much you need to just find a body line that you can probably trace and then cut off all the excess. Just try and be as precise as you can and it should come out alright. Okay, and there you see I have a nice clean line. I'm going to go ahead and just trim off the excess around this edge and should be good. Alright guys, here's my first ever fender wrapping the car done. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. It's dirty because, you know, I was touching it, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm sorry the camera won't really focus on it. I guess, you know, it's just that great. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. I love the color. Like I said, there's a few spots that really bug me, but I can't be mad because it's the first time I've ever done it. Hopefully I can just improve as I get around the rest of the car. But yeah, I mean, corners turned out great. All of that's all tucked. I'm glad I took the bumpers and stuff off because that just makes it way easier to get around those corners. And so far this was the hardest corner to do right here because this A-pillar is just so close. So it's really hard to get it tucked in there, but you can see I got it, you know, I got it mostly everything tucked down in. I know you can't see it, but it's all tucked down in there. And yeah, also got it tucked up in the fender well as well. A little bit there, and it goes all the way around. So yeah. Looking good. I'm on to the next fender. Alright, well, it's been pretty slow going, but I got this fender done. Some spots, I mean, I wish I would have sanded down the primer a little more. You can kind of see there it's bubbling up a little bit. But like I said, overall, I mean, if I can get this thing like 90% right, I think, I mean, I'm happy with that. So, obviously, like I said, I'm a novice, so, but I got everything else tucked around here. Got it tucked around the bottom. Like I said, I'm gonna do the rocker panels last because they are separate. So, otherwise, though, it's looking pretty good overall. I'm happy with that. All right, so now that I got this fender done, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut material for the rest of the car on this side. And obviously you'll have to double it for the other side. But what you want to do, now my car obviously is a wagon, so probably is going to take more material than your normal four-door car because, you know, normal four-door car would be done right here at this pillar, and then it'll be a trunk. Obviously I got to cover all of this as well. So I have a big quarter panel to account for, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do is measure pretty much from back here. I'm going to leave myself about, I don't know, maybe an inch or so back behind the car. And I'm going to measure all the way up here to the front. And I'm going to leave myself about a foot past the door. I know I'm not going to use it up here, but what I want to make sure is that I can wrap around the back part of this tail light if I need to get that situated. So I'll cut that whole piece out, and then from there, what you want to do is cut out your doors, cut out the, you know, this long piece here for your quarter panel. That's going to be your longest piece because it's going to start here, come all the way around, all the way to the front. So what you want to do, I'll show you what I'm doing anyway, but what you want to do is to cut out the quarter panel piece, you'll cut out your doors, and then there'll be actually leftover on top here that you'll have a strip of on top, and you can actually, I'll use that for the rocker panel or your side skirts on the bottom of the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and just try and measure this, and then I'll let you know what I get. Okay, so as you can see, I cut out my piece. My piece was 11 feet and 9 inches. I haven't cut the other side yet, but I will also cut another 11 foot 9 inch portion and do the same thing that I'm doing on this side to the other side. So right now I have the magnets kind of held up. The wrap is just hanging just below where I need it to be at, like for the bottom of the doors. The side skirts I'm kind of leaving alone because, like I said, all this extra up here will be for the side skirts on the bottom. So right now, really it's kind of just guessing. Well, you're doing your best guess to try to, assume where your windows are at and your doors are going to be, and the long quarter panel piece that needs to come up over the top. So right now you're just going to take your knife and do your best to kind of just cut the stuff out, and don't wrap anything yet. Just cut the pieces out so you know where they go. I'm probably going to start with the doors first and then just work my way from there. Alright, so I've got my back quarter panel section there cut out. I hope I cut it out right because some spots look a little sketchy, but anyway, I've already cut the doors out. I'll show you what one looks like. This is pretty much the back door section. Now, if your car doesn't have pillars like here, if you have a frameless door, it's probably a lot easier to deal with because then you only have to do the bottom section. Whereas my car has frame doors, so I have to keep this all one piece so that it will cover the whole door. Like I said, I hope I cut out enough. I'll have to sit here and mess with it and get it positioned just right so that I can use it. Aside from that, I'm just going to go ahead and start with that front door and see where it gets me. Alright, you can see I've got my door here laid out. I'm trying get this thing kind of positioned right so that I can make use of the cut I made, because my cut is probably not great, but nonetheless we'll try and make it work. Alright, you can see I got the door now kind of mostly done. I'm gonna go ahead and use this little triangle tool, this guy, to tuck it up in the those seams there. So I got my door handle opening done. I am working on the mirror here on the side. All you gotta do really is you just heat it, and then you can just use, well, I use my glove and just kind of go around in a circular motion until you got everything pretty much kind of how you want it, or in the general, have it generally in the direction you're trying to get it to go. It's gonna be a little tricky on this car because the door seals are very thin, so I was able to tuck it up underneath the window seal there, no problem. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue up the rest of the door frame. As you can see, I still gotta go up around the top of the door frame there. But other than that, it's coming along all right. So I'm gonna continue with this.